I remember the taste of iron. Blood trickled past my lips, warm against the cold night air. My shoulder throbbed like someone had buried a knife in it and left it there. He was still breathing heavily when he stepped back, knuckles swollen, jaw tight. My brother-in-law, the man my sister married. Her voice cut through the ringing in my ears. "You should have just signed the damn mortgage." "No." "Are you okay?" "No." "Why would he do this?" Just that. And suddenly, I understood. This wasn't a moment of madness. This was a transaction. Violence as persuasion. Before all this, we were close. My sister and I grew up side by side. We shared secrets, clothes, dreams. I'd lent her money before, covered rent when she and her husband struggled. But this time, they wanted more. A bank loan, a big one, for a business he was running into the ground. They needed a guarantor. If they failed, the debt would land on me. I said no. Not angrily, not cruelly, just no. That's when her texts became curt. Calls stopped. At family dinners, she wouldn't meet my eyes. And him? I noticed the smirk when my father asked how things were. That smug confidence that told me they already had a plan. The night it happened, they invited me over to talk it out. I thought maybe she was ready to reconcile. Instead, it was a trap. The fight was short. I didn't even get a chance to defend myself. A shove against the wall, a blow to my face, a sharp twist to my shoulder that sent lightning down my spine. She stood there and watched. When I staggered out into the street, clothes torn, hair matted with blood, I didn't think about revenge. I thought about survival. I made it to my parents' house. I must have looked like something dragged out of a war zone. My mother gasped. My father's hands trembled as he reached for me. I collapsed before I could say the words. When I woke up, there was the sterile smell of antiseptic. My father sitting by my bed. The police outside the door. They'd already heard the story. My father had told them everything I managed to whisper before losing consciousness. They didn't hide their disgust. One officer muttered, "Family doesn't do that." But I knew the system. People like my brother-in-law, charming, articulate, slip through cracks. I needed more than outrage. I needed proof. I needed patience. I didn't press charges that night. Everyone thought I was too afraid. In truth, I was waiting. I kept my distance, but I listened. I had friends in the right places, one at the bank, another who worked with property records. The whispers came slowly. Missed payments, silent investors pulling out, a hidden loan under a fake company name. I started collecting. Screenshots, copies of emails, bank statements accidentally forwarded to me by a mutual contact. I didn't just want him behind bars. I wanted him erased. 2 months later, I paid a visit, not to him, to my sister. She looked thinner, tired. The business wasn't doing well, she admitted. He was under pressure. I just listened, nodding, letting her believe I was the forgiving sister. That's when I asked to help. I offered to transfer a small amount to keep them afloat, but insisted I'd need to see the business accounts, just so I know where my money's going. She gave me access. That was the last mistake she made. Inside those accounts was everything I needed. Fake invoices, double-charged clients, money siphoned to his personal account. Fraud, plain and ugly. I packaged it neatly. A folder labeled with dates, cross-referenced with bank logs. I sent copies to the police, the bank, and the 2 investors he'd conned. Then I waited. The arrest came on a Friday morning. Police at his office door, handcuffs clicking like music. My sister called me screaming, accusing me of betrayal. I didn't respond. Instead, I went to the courthouse for his arraignment. I sat in the back, invisible. I watched him scan the room, his eyes catching mine for the briefest second. That was the first time I saw fear in him. The charges were read aloud. Fraud, embezzlement, assault. The last one caught him off guard. Because the night I walked out of his house bleeding, I went to the ER. The photos, the medical reports, they'd been quietly sitting in a sealed envelope until now. My sister avoided me for weeks. When she finally came to see me, she didn't look like the woman I grew up with. "He's facing years," she said quietly. "They might seize the house." I sipped my tea. "You should have just signed the divorce papers." She froze. "What?" "He's filing for bankruptcy. When the bank comes for the mortgage, your name's on it too. And since I didn't co-sign." I let the sentence hang. Her lips parted, but no words came out. People think revenge is about rage. It's not. It's about control, about making sure they understand exactly why they're falling, and that you're the one who pushed. I didn't need